Former President Donald Trump returns to the rally stage a week after an assassination attempt on his life. This time he was joined by his running mate, Senator J.D. Vance. While Trump campaigns, President Biden continues to recover from COVID-19, but says he plans to return to events next week. Fox 5's Duarte Geraldino joins us live in the studio right now with details including how there may be a disagreement between Trump and his running mate over Project 2025. Trump saying he is not a fan of the 900-page proposal. Is that right, Duarte?
Well, Arthur, that's what he says, but many of his political allies actually helped draft this policy, which, if it goes through, could make him one of the most powerful presidents in history.
At his first rally after being shot, Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump tried to distance himself from the conservative Heritage Foundation's plan to overhaul the federal government.
Severe right came up with this Project 25, and I don't even know. I mean, some of them I know who they are, but they're very, very conservative. And they come up with this, I don't know what the hell it is, it's Project 25.
But his running mate, J.D. Vance, does, according to the Biden camp, which has called Vance Project 2025 in human form.
And we've got an opportunity to do it. We've got an opportunity to win a lot of races up and down the ballot, to re-establish American dominance in energy, to drill, baby, drill, and kick out the drug cartels.
Project 2025 would strengthen the power of the president by eliminating whole departments and reclassifying civil servants as political appointees. David Birdsell is a political scientist at Keene University.
These are right now jobs that were protected from political influence by design more than 120 years ago when the civil service was created.
Birdsell stresses that while a large majority of Americans do not agree with these policies, in a race that has had so many surprise twists and turns, it's becoming a powerful tool for both camps.
Oh, I think Project 2025 is going to have a huge impact on the election, depending on how Democrats mount their description of that very dense, it's a 900-page document.
Following President Biden's slumping polling numbers, Democrats launched an anti-Project 2025 website. Some Project 2025 highlights include lower capital gains taxes, increased funding for a border wall, banning pornography, and requiring all public high schoolers take a military entrance exam, which are used as a military recruitment tool.
Right now, Donald Trump is seizing the escalating uncertainty surrounding President Joe Biden's candidacy. He told crowds at today's rally he has no idea who their candidate is. Meanwhile, Democrats, well, they're coalescing around Vice President Kamala Harris. Arthur?
Thank you very much, Duarte.